السلام عليكم. الفيديو النهارده عن الناس اللي حابه تتعلم انجلش بس مش عارفين يبتدوا ازاي. فالفيديو ده كولابوريشن مع ايمي اللي شفناها في الفيديو اللي فات. ما ننساش نشوف الفيديو اللي فات علشان كده هيبقى فاتكم كتير. هتدينا شويه نصايح بما ان هي بريطانيه، يعني متحدثه اساسيه باللغه، نيتيف سبيكر، وهي عاشت في مصر سنين طويله واتعلمت العربي. في الفيديو ده هتطلع معانا وهتدينا نصايح عن تعلم الانجليش. فخلونا نبتدي الفيديو، وما ننساش نعمل لايك وسبسكرايب عشان توصلنا كل الفيديوهات.
I always say that people that are learning languages, it's good to know your learning style.
Yeah.
Some people learn visual.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, like myself, learning Arabic. I learn best when I am with people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I like to watch TV programs. I like to interact as much as I can with people. I think that's really important. But some people learn best by learning from a book and a classroom.
Yeah.
For me, that's a nightmare.
Yes. That was the nightmare too.
Yeah, that's not how I learn. But so it depends on how you learn language the best. But I think language learning, we sometimes think language learning is just the spoken language. Sometimes we think, we do language learning, we learn the language, but I think language learning encompasses many different things. I think to learn a language, you also have to know the culture. So you have to learn culture, you have to learn how people think. And it's not just learning a spoken language, but it's also learning from them, learning from a culture, learning how they think. I think that's important to take into account. So for example, if I just want to learn language and I just want to learn how people speak, but I don't learn how a culture works and everything that goes with Egypt. And then I fail.
Why is that?
Do you see what I mean? Because I'm also failing to learn how people are thinking and learning their culture. I think it's super important to also learn culture. I think that's a big part of language. And I was interested. I was a conversation with a friend. She's actually Ethiopian.
Wow.
And her name is it's really hard to pronounce. Her name's really hard to pronounce. And she was saying to me, she says, when I go to a culture, like I have to know how to say a person's name.
Wow.
Because it's part of them.
So if you're a foreigner, I think they should excuse you for that.
Yeah, but her name was really, really hard to say. But it did get me thinking. I was like, the whole language learning, we think it's just down to how we speak, but actually a lot of language learning is also learning about culture.
Yeah.
So if I learn a language and fail to learn someone's culture, then I haven't learned.
That's really interesting. I never heard anyone saying that. I studied that at college.
Yeah.
Like studying culture or understanding it at least helps you to learn the language.
Yeah.
So you think we should learn more about the English culture and the American culture if we want to learn the language?
Because it's super important. So I can learn Arabic to a very high level.
Yeah.
But unless I know their culture and unless I understand people around me, then the language that I'm learning is useless.
You're right. Yeah.
I realize
that. Exactly. That's why I like to learn idioms and expressions about the language. It makes me feel like more into the language.
Because the idioms and expressions give a window into how people think.
exactly. So Amy, how long did it take you to speak Arabic?
So I lived in Morocco for 10 years.
Mhm.
And I know I'm living in Cairo for 5 years. So I have 15 years living in the Arab world.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Was it hard?
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah. It was, but I love it. For me, I love Arabic. I love the Middle East. I love the Arab world. So for me, it's a joy to learn.
Yeah. And now you're speaking Arabic really, really well. Everyone can say that. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. I don't want to have this long video.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having it with me. All right. Do you want to say something in Arabic before we go? Like you can say goodbye in Arabic if you want.
I'm trying to think of now which Arabic dialect to switch into.
Yeah. That's terrible. Yeah, قشطة.
قشطة.
أحسن حاجة فيها قشطة. شكرا بجد يا إيمي على اليوم الجميل ده.
مبسوطة قوي بجد.
أنا كمان والله مبسوطة جدا. ميرسي جدا يا إيمي.
نشوفك قريب.
Me too. Yeah. إن شاء الله أشوفك قريب. باي.
باي باي.